December is filled with holiday cheer, but also throughout history, there has been a ton of horrible things that have happened during the month. So instead of happy holidays, I thought a new series could be haunted holidays, where it's almost like an advent calendar, and I share horrific and tragic events that have happened leading up to the holiday season during the month of December. To start this series, this is the story of the Italian Hall disaster. On December 24th, 1913, in the town of Calumet, Michigan, employees of a copper mining company were attending a Christmas Eve party. The party was being held in an upstairs room at the Italian Hall. Collectively, over 600 people attended the event, most of which were children, and at this party there was music, there was food, there was dancing, people were having a great time. Around 4:30 in the evening, someone in the crowd screams fire. Now, the way they screamed it was so loud that it cuts through the music and the chatter of everybody talking in the room. Within an instant, the crowd of 600 people immediately panic and begin to flood down a single and very narrow staircase. This reaction is very understandable since only 10 years prior to this, on December 30th, 1903, there was the Iroquois Theater fire where more than 602 people perished. During the panic, people rush towards the main exit, which is down that very narrow staircase. Believe it or not, the lucky people in this instance were the ones who actually either jumped from the windows or stayed put in the main banquet hall, since those who tried to escape down the main exit were instantly caught in a human mound. As people continued to push, bodies began to get so jammed and crushed that people were locked into place. To the point that when witnesses in the area heard the screams of the people, they literally looked in the main door and they said, "The hallway was jammed clean from the top to the bottom. There they were, jammed in there, one on top of the other. I have never seen anything like it." Witnesses attempted to try to pull people out and free them, but they were packed so tightly that they could not be moved. What's even more disturbing is that panic only lasted minutes because there was no fire. There was no danger. But at this point, people were so stuck in that hallway that it was either too late, they were suffocated, or they were literally crushed. What's also unfortunate is there was an additional fire exit located in the kitchen of the community center, but it wasn't clearly posted, so people didn't know about it. And also, aside from this, there were several windows that were also fitted with ladders to allow people to escape in the event of an emergency. But again, these people didn't know. Eventually, the dead were dragged out one by one and taken to the town hall so they could be lined up and identified. But ultimately, 73 people lost their lives on Christmas Eve, 59 of which were children. And to this day, the person who shouted fire has never been identified. There's been rumors, there's been speculations, but no one has ever actually been identified as being the person.